That's a great question, and it's tough to answer. And no answer that I give is going to satisfy. And most of the answers I've encountered, they don't satisfy completely, or even most people. I'll take a place to begin from something Thomas Aquinas said, which is that, in the basic translation would be something like, that which, having been seen, pleases. So there's a sense in which we encounter something through the senses, the sense of sight, and it brings delight. It brings joy. But notice how this is rooted in the senses. This isn't some sort of transcendent or experience. It very much involves the body and the sensory experience, and it involves pleasure. Now, you can imagine this definition being taken as, or this description being taken as the basis for just any kind of experience, any that pleases. But I think the context and the intention behind it is something much deeper. So when he writes about in other places about this, and drawing on the larger tradition of antiquity, he talks about beauty having three components, and Etienne Gilson brings this out in his book, The Arts of the Beautiful, that there's a sense in which that which is beautiful, and again, he's drawing on the tradition of Augustine and Aquinas, it consists of a kind of unity. There's a wholeness to it. There's a kind of harmony or consonance. Now, consonance is a sonic word. It's a word associated with sound, but there's a kind of visual consonance or oral consonance. And these are very objective. They're rooted in the object. But then there's also claritas. There's a kind of gleam or a spark. I like to describe it, it's the thing that makes you look twice. You see the unity, you sense the harmony, but as your eyes are passing, you look back and say, oh, what is that? What's that red in that picture? Or what is that? What is that over on the side? Or a sound that, or a chord or a motif or something that grabs your attention. So these are more like conditions of beauty. But it's clear it begins with our embodied experience. So it's an affirmation of our bodies, of our sensory experience. It's not meant to be ponderous and oppressive and analytical. There's a kind of delight that comes from it. But then there are these elements that have to be present: a unity, a harmony, and then a clarity or gleam or spark. So those are good places to start. And of course, other thinkers have taken it in different directions. Plato took it, through diathema up a ladder to the good as a path to the highest knowledge and experience that almost makes us more than human. Even Jacques Maritain, he took that idea of that which we see that pleases us and immediately moved it into an intellectual realm. So he immediately took it to a place where we see with the mind, and that you can do that. A Euclidean proposition. We've talked about an elegant solution or a beautiful action. So you hear this language, but I tend to think of those as secondary things. They're secondary to that actual visual embodied or sonic experience. So that's a place to start.